Friday. Happy day before the weekend.
One king cake.
I was just gonna say, man, it's that time of year. It's king cake time. Mardi Gras season. Ain't that with my Mardi Gras shirt?
New Year's too.
Huh?
Yeah.
Really?
Today our last day of
Today's New Year's Eve.
the lunar calendar.
Okay. So y'all Friday big tonight, huh?
Tomorrow.
Let me find out. I bet not see you out nowhere.
I'm gonna see Fire Record tonight.
Okay.
With Dragon Dance.
We're gonna have Dragon Dance.
Really?
At church.
What are they doing that at? I wanna come see it.
The last Mass of the year, they always do that. My church.
Guys, have anybody looked into Praxis School?
I need to reset my password.
You haven't? Nobody looked in at their grades yet? They're in there, right? Both of them? Both tests?
I just saw one.
You saw one?
Yeah.
Did you look at one?
I don't remember the name.
Pat, you didn't look at your grades yet? You haven't looked at your grades yet? Okay. I'm just trying to, I want everybody to look at their grades, make sure they're, I just want to make sure they're there. This is my, the teachers, we now have the power to put the grades in, so I'm just trying to stay on top of that. So, definitely make sure your grades are in there. I made all the adjustments to them. You should only have 2 in physics, homework, and the test, and 1 in this class is the test. Guys, please remember, and give me this date, please. What is Wednesday? Wednesday this no, not when is Wednesday?
Oh, Wednesday,
Next
29th.
This outline is totally optional, guys. You do not have to do that outline, but it is due on Wednesday. Okay. We do have a test in this class on Friday. All right. How's clinic been for everybody? Clinic's been okay?
It's slow.
What's going on?
Yes, first 2 weeks MFM. So after that start to the DJ dinner, the first day my clinicians off or maybe came late or something like that. The second one, which is name Sunday? Jelu. First time with the ladies in Jelu, I never touched the.
It's your first time with it?
Yes.
Okay, that's probably why. See, probably, you know, the techs gotta fill you out. They kinda gotta get that rapport with you first.
No discussions with
They've
how
been busy
can.
though, they don't
Really?
let students scan, they do,
At
yeah.
LVD?
Yeah, so they're really backed up, James would tell them, don't let students scan. So it just depends on their schedule, I guess.
J-Lo usually lets people scan though, honestly. She usually lets people scan.
But the discussion with her is good. I mean, she told you you're going to how to change the position, yeah, but the different discussion.
Yeah, not clinic. Sorry, when? Clinic's okay? You scan? Have y'all been getting images for your comps? Can I get a consensus yes?
I get all my images at the baby. It's just names.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Guys, work on those images. Do not wait until the last minute to turn in comps. Remember, you have 4 comps due right now. 4 comps, and 2 of them are due on February 28th. Alrighty? So
So it can be any two, right? Like,
any 2 of those mandatory comps. Any 2 of those mandatory comps. Absolutely. I don't care which ones they are.
It's the app, pelvics, OB, second
One of the small
trimester,
parts.
and what the last one?
One of the small
And a
parts.
small part.
Oh,
Prostate, breast, thyroid, scrotum. So each one of those are due every semester until you graduate. Okay.
so if we have 3, we can tell 3.
If you have 3 what?
4, 3 count.
If you have 3, like, you can turn them in early?
Yes.
Of course.
February.
Of course. If you have 3, give them to me so I can give them back. I've already graded some of the seniors. They already have their grades back. So definitely, the faster you turn them in, the quicker you get them back. The quicker you get them back. All right, guys. How you get that light for us? So we're gonna continue on our breast, guys. Continue on our breast. We're still on anatomy, talking about the functional units, the TDLUs. Okay? So again, guys, remember mammography is the most common imaging modality for screening for breast. Okay. Right there. you know how important sonography is to breast to work in concert with mammography, MRI, in order to accurately image the breast. So that's our anatomy right there, guys. All right. So we talked about this already, but the breasts are exocrine glands, modified sweat glands. Primary function is to produce milk and nourish maternal offspring. Okay? And many women, they have this tail of sphinx, this kind of extension of breast tissue or the glandular tissue into the axilla. That's also known as the axillary tail of the breast. Alright? Externally, again, guys, you have the nipple, skin, and areola. The outer epidermis and underlying dermis, dermis being the skin of the skin, contain hair follicles, sebaceous, and sweat glands. The nipple is a round fibromuscular papilla located in the center of the breast, surrounded by the areola. The areola, that pigmented section around the nipple, those little bumps around the nipple, they're called Montgomery glands, and they secrete an oily substance. The breast is made up primarily of glandular fatty tissue, glandular fatty and fibrous connective tissue. The composition of the breast, of course, varies depending on the age and hormonal status. We'll talk about that a little later when we're talking about sonographic appearances. And the glandular elements, which is what layer are the glandular elements containing, guys?
Milk.
Y'all remember? Nobody remembers? The memory layer? Those were the glandular elements are contained. Remember, there's 3 layers to the breast. Okay? Layers and zones are synonymous. Layers and zones are synonymous. According to the text, they're synonymous. Okay? So the glandular elements produce and transport milk. And the stromal elements are of everything else in the breast: the fat, fibers, connective tissues, blood vessels, lymphatics, and the nerves. And we're going to cover every single one of those. Okay, again, like I said, the breast is divided into 3 layers or zones according to your textbook. The first layer, from outer to inner, first layer is going to be the subcutaneous fat layer. That's labeled by number 8 right here, guys. It's this inner layer underneath the skin of the breast. That is the subcutaneous fat layer right there, that kind of bright orange color right there. Also known the pre-mammary layer, pre-mammary zone. Okay. The second layer of the breast, right posterior to that, would be the mammary or parenchymal layer, also known as the mammary zone right here. That's labeled number 9 on this image. You can see it in the yellow color, kind of yellow, this whole area. I would say it's the biggest area. It's where all of the glandular elements are found within the breast. Okay. And our last layer would be the retromammary layer, which lies just anterior to the muscle here, and labeled number 10, that is the retromammary layer right there. Right in front of the pectoralis major muscle, which is number 12, this striated line right there. So here's an ultrasound of evidence of all the layers right here. We're going to describe sonographically how these layers appear coming up shortly. But I just wanted to let you know that on ultrasound, when you're imaging the breast, you should be able to see all the way from the skin to the chest wall. Okay. All right. So, real quick, because the mammary layer or the parenchymal layer contains the glandular structures, we're gonna go in depth about that. Okay. Like I said, it's the biggest area, this yellow area right there. That would be the mammary or parenchymal layer. Right. So it contains the functional glandular elements and the supporting connective tissues, those Cooper ligaments. It has 15 to 20 overlapping lobes. These lobes right here are arranged in radial fashion around the nipple. You see they all have connections to the nipple as well for breastfeeding, of course. Okay, so there's 15 to 20 of these lobes, individual lobes right there, all arranged in radial fashion around the nipple. Okay, and each of these lobes, you see those little bumps on there? Those are our terminal ductal lobular units, or my TDLUs. I'm gonna just say TDLUs from here on out. But do know what that term is, terminal ductal lobular units. Okay, and that's what those little bumps are. Those are those. So, like I said, those are those little bumps are right here. These are them under microscope, and these are actually the TDLUs. The TDLUs, terminal ductal lobular units, are the functional units of the breast. They're going to be where the milk is being produced at. Again, when we're talking about this, we're talking about breast from the perspective of the female, right? Because they do have the glandular function. Okay? Men, they have the glands, but they don't produce milk, of course. All right. So the TDLUs, guys, is composed of the lobule, which is this right here, the lobule, this whole thing, and the extralobular terminal duct, right here, guys. The extralobular terminal duct, which will eventually join with other terminal ducts and go to the nipple. Okay. During late pregnancy, these milk producing acini, see these very ends, these terminal ductules right here. These are the acini or alveoli, and that's where the milk is being produced at. Right here. So usually, and that usually, like I said, during pregnancy that'll happen. When a woman is not pregnant, they're not going to be producing milk, and they kind of involute on themselves or kind of fold on themselves. Okay, so that's why they kind of they'll kind of get bigger and swell up as a woman is pregnant or lactating. All right. So small segments join to form the main lactiferous duct. Right there, that's the main lactiferous duct that enlarge at the nipple to form the lactiferous sinus before exiting through lactiferous ducts. Okay, so that's saying that this whole thing is the TDLU, the lobule, and the extralobular terminal duct. These connections right here, you see right here, guys, these are other extralobular terminal ducts from other lobes or other lobules. Okay. When those extralobular terminal ducts join together, they join and form a lactiferous duct. Okay, those lactiferous ducts from multiple lobules will join together and form the lactiferous sinus, which eventually will go out to the breast. Go out to the nipple. We good there, guys?
Yep.
We good there? Consensus? Do we need an explanation again? Pat? Okay. I'm just trying to find out who got the eyebrows raised. Alright, so I just go over it one more time because I want to explain the anatomy as well. So, again, this whole thing is a lobule right here. This lobule is covered in stroma. Stroma is what covers the entire functional unit. Okay, that's the stroma right there. That's covering this whole functional unit or this lobule right here. Okay, so there are many ductules or acini within this or alveoli within this actual lobule itself. So all of these little areas right here, these little ductules right here, they're all producing milk. Okay, all of these are gonna converge in one spot at the intralobular terminal duct. Intra meaning it's still inside the lobe. Okay. That intralobular terminal duct is going to go outside and outside of the lobe, and then it's going to turn into the extralobular terminal duct. Okay. Many lobes are going to join together. Many extralobular terminal ducts are going to join together. Here's one, here's another one, and they're going to form the lactiferous duct. Okay. So there's going to be groups of these lobules that are going to join together. Groups of these lobes are going to join together, and they're going to form a lactiferous duct. Okay. Even bigger groups of those lactiferous ducts are going to join together and form the lactiferous sinus, and then it's going to travel out into the nipple. Okay. I have another picture. I'll bring that picture back for us real quick. Okay. So here it is right here, guys. Again, here's our